Hi, my name's Todd from sportieshealth.com.au. I'm here today with Dale from Optimum Nutrition. As you can imagine, due to the nature of our store, we have a lot of people that come to the store or that shop online from us, and they've only just started getting into training, either weight training, endurance training, whatever they're doing. Often these people come to us and they're quite sore because they're in, their muscles a bit shocked from this initial training. What advice would you give these people, Dale? And also, what's one supplement that you would recommend for most beginners to try and curb this issue?
Okay, I'll try to address that first question. Basically, these beginners, they're coming in, young or old, male or female. They're basically, most people by nature, it's everything all at once, like a bull at a gate. They've gone in, they've probably trained a little bit too hard initially. They're now pulling up very sore. And depending on what sort of exercise or what body part they trained, they may have done a complete upper body workout, something like that. And then the next day, we would probably be recommending they go back in and do a lower body workout. However, quite often beginners get a little bit sort of eager, and they go in there and they might train the same body part over and over. So one of the first things I'll have a look at or talk to them about is looking at their nutrition, looking at how many times a day they're eating, seeing if they can get, or where their protein requirement is, or how much protein they are getting from solid food, and where they may be falling short from. Then depending also to if they're pulling up really, really sore, that can kind of determine what sort of supplements, if you do start to recommend supplements for them. But a good piece of advice I think for anyone starting out with exercise is to make sure they focus on rest. Sometimes the best thing to do is stay out of the gym, do less exercise. You need those rest days in between some heavy things, especially starting out. It can be quite taxing on the whole body, on the different systems of the body. So protein's one of the first things from dietary source we have a look at from food, and if they're falling short from diet, then we look at supplementation. A beginner, I generally start with a protein powder. It's the number one thing I'll put someone on. If it's a beginner and they're trying to put muscle on and they've got a very fast metabolism, I go to something towards like a weight gainer in terms of the Pro Complex gainer or the Serious Mass, along those lines. If it's a person that's looking for lean muscle gain or fat loss, you can go to start them off on something like the Gold Standard, or you could go to the Hydro, that sort of thing. But you're looking at their nutritional needs first and foremost. If you're talking a one supplement they could take to overcome some of that soreness, I'd have to still recommend branched chain amino acids. That will help with the recovery and protein synthesis part as well. I also recommend branched chains probably over a protein powder for certain people. It might be an endurance athlete, a person that's running, a person that's constantly breaking down muscle tissue from prolonged exercise. I'd probably put them on branched chains, as long as then I know that they're getting enough protein from their food. So then they probably don't necessarily need to have a protein shake or buy a protein powder. They can invest their money in towards some branched chain amino acids.
It's a great answer. Thanks very much once again.
Not a problem.